Everyone remembers Eggchan as a friendly and goofy character, but there was a time when Eggchan was the ruler of an empire and had an empire named after him. Let's see how that went. The story begins with Wembu and Eggchan flattening the land of main pair's abandoned treehouse to build their empire. Eggchan explains to Wembu that a success factor for an empire is that their leader has to be able to provide resources for everyone. This scene is in the second season of Unstable after the fall of Mafia. Mainpear had left his base after calling Wembu the lost cause. Mainpear was now residing in some faraway land away from the chaos of Unstable. After some brainstorming, Wembu tells Eggchan that he will provide experience bottles for his citizens. However, he has to look for them since all the villagers are dead. Wembu begins exploring the server to find experience bottles. Wembu threatens players in possession of experience bottles. He begins looting abandoned stashes for experience bottles too. On his journey of collecting experience bots, he runs into a player named Spungs, who attacks them after Wembu steals his experience bottles. Spungs gives Wembu the remaining experience he has. After returning to the Empire, Wembu and Eggchan stash the experience bottles in shulker boxes and they work on sugar cane and gunpowder farms for firework rockets. While working on the farms, they get robbed and attacked by players with pirate shields. The player who Wembu had robbed earlier confronts him and tells him that he would not win the fight as he is outnumbered. Wembu kills them using his mace, and the player who had confronted him had escaped, but he was so focused on killing them that by the time he was finished, his items had despawned, and Wembu had used up some of his experience bottles. Wembu recruits his first citizen, Watto 1876. Watto gets irritated by Wembu, but after some convincing, he joins the civilization. Watto's first task is to remove the remains of main pair's treehouse. Eggchan tells Wembu that they have no experience bottles left and Wembu has to go somewhere to get some. They tell Watto that they are going to leave. They continue exploring the server to loot abandoned base and civilizations. They find a strangely generated forest and they explore it. An invisible player attacks them and it is later revealed to be Pangi. Pangi tells them that he is guarding the house and it belongs to Prince Zam and he retired in this house after leaving the prison. Pangi allows Wembu and Eggchan to take the experience, but since they don't have shulker boxes, they return to the Empire and get Watto to do it for them. Wembu and Eggchan continue improving their civilization to recruit more players. Wembu recruits Arkan to defend the civilization and Dione 4K from his old civilization to make firework rockets for him.
The civilization, bro. All right, so this is your house.
Shout out, thank you.
This is your mandatory housing, so you have to live in here. So basically what you need to do is you need to farm these sugarcane fields, and then you take gunpowder from the creeper farm over there that only works like half the time, craft it into firework rockets of flight duration 3, and put it in these chests, okay? Do you understand your life's mission?
I make rockets.
Yes!
Dude, this is great.
Watto returns with no items and he gets pissed about getting robbed on his way and he lost all the experience. Watto also explains that his entire ender chest was cleared and he was robbed by players with pirate shields. Wembu begins searching the server for any pirate base. After a week of searching, he finds the pirates in Spung's base. Jaden Man, who is the leader of the pirates, attempts to rob Wembu and they begin fighting. During their fight, Spungs begs Wembu to help him as he is stuck in a cage with no food. This Jaden Man later in the story began one of the closest ally of Wembu and saved his life many times. It is fascinating how their story turned out to be. Wembu helps Spungs and kills one of the pirates, but he loses Jaden Man and the rest of the pirates. Wembu confronts Spungs regarding a stash since they were trying to rob him from his stash. Spungs shows Wembu where the stash of experience bottles are after he threatens to blow up his house. Wembu takes some experience and returns to the Empire. As Wembu explores the Empire, he notices a lot of improvements and a tower built by Horace Altman.
This is the first ever rocket I made. Very important to me.
Oh,
It's everything
okay.
you need. Yeah, I've been putting in the work.
Good job, bro. Good job, bro. Why is this
I don't
here?
know.
Eggchan's eyeball. Wembu heads to the Eggchan Tower to talk to him about the experience they owed Arkan, Horace, and Watto. During their conversation, Eggchan tells Wembu that Watto found a pirate base, and Wembu enters the base to try to retrieve the stolen items. As Wembu fights Lopez and her army, he runs out of firework rockets and his elytra is low on durability. Wembu steals materials from their base and creates firework rockets, and he uses some experience to mend his elytra. Wembu eventually runs out of experience and he uses spare armor after his gear runs out of durability. The spare gear begins to break and Wembu begins using iron armor and he runs out of rockets again. Wembu begins digging straight down to escape Lopez, and since she doesn't have a pickaxe, she gives up. Wembu finds a spawner and uses it to fully repair his armor. He robs their base to find more sugar canes and makes rockets again. He also spawns withers to destroy the base. Lopez runs away as her army is dead, and Wembu finds the experience and returns it to Eggchan. During the next few weeks, they begin expanding the empire, recruiting new citizens and setting up raiding parties to get richer. Eggchan sends Wembu out to do tasks such as giving training people like Willerhide. Since he had nothing to do, he decided to visit Watto in his house. Watto is still pissed about the fact that he was robbed. They begin arguing and Wembu leaves. He gives Pangi a visit again to ask him when Prince Zam stopped caring about his empire. Pangi gives Wembu some advice and he returns to the empire. He begins collecting taxes with Eggchan.
Whatever. We used to have an orange sheep. It just reminded me of what I used to have in my old garden. Oh wow, this guy's really been working on fireworks.
Look, you break this block. Okay, go down, go down. This took me so long to make.
Wow, Tiny is the model citizen. Really working very hard for his empire.
Even more. Double this.
Oh man. Okay, these are all flight duration 3, bro.
Obviously.
We take it at our discretion,
you
but
start here?
no taxes for you, Tiny. Great work, model citizen.
No, but I want to
actually.
pay my taxes. Let me pay my I want to pay taxes. Let me pay my taxes.
Okay, I guess give me something of value to you.
I'll take everything.
Those guys go to citizen. we work considered an administrative position for you, Tiny. Okay, I don't have inventory for this.
Egg and I continued to collect taxes until we came
And
across
he
some.
finds Spungs in the civilization. Spungs flies away. Wembu follows Spungs and finds a pirate base and returns to the civilization. Eggchan asks Wembu if he killed Spungs, which Wembu denies. Wembu returns to the pirate's base to find Spungs, but he can't find him and he begins to realize that he fell for a trap. Wembu returns to his empire only to see Jaden Man taking Eggchan hostage. Wembu immediately tries to kill Jaden Man, but he uses Eggchan as leverage to prevent him from doing so. Eggchan states that Arkan had also betrayed them. Jaden Man tells Wembu to drop his items or else he will kill Eggchan. Spungs was also just bait so that the pirates would invade the empire when Wembu was gone. They threaten to kill Eggchan again, so Wembu drops all his items, leaving Gambit in his ender chest. This scene shows the love Wembu has for Egg. Every time Wembu agrees to do anything he can just to save Egg's life. Out of all the server, this duo is the best in my opinion. Later in the story, we see how much destruction Wembu can cause in order to save his friend. For the time, this was the story of how Eggchan Empire was created and how it was destroyed. If you liked the video, please subscribe, and if you want more videos like these, make sure to tell me in the comment section.